All right, Robin, we had intermission to get our thoughts together a bit after what was a whirlwind of the first half of this show. We open it up in style in half number 2. It's Kyle Prepolec versus Alex Ricci. Prepolec on his way to the cage.
This is the fight I've been most interested in, and man, we've seen 5 killer ones. Really spectacular fights tonight. The best of the best Ontario has to offer, and these two really are right on top of that list. Prepolec is the younger of the two. He's the guy who's been steadily improving, skilled everywhere, very strong young man at 155 pounds. Great coaching, really believes in his coach Reno Belcastro. Great hands, great overall game, and a solid mental strength. He's a good kid, man. It's a real prospect.
Well, when Jamie Champion booked Kyle Prepolec to be on PFC 1, he was coming off back-to-back losses. One in Bellator and one in the MFL. Jason Fisher and Kevin Lee, 2 really good fighters. But he had a renaissance when he got to the Provincial Fighting Championship. Adam Asenza, Kevin Morin, and Damian Hill, all in order at PFCs 1, 2, and 3. 2 finishes in those 3 fights. Kyle Prepolec looks like a new man in the cage.
Yeah, and you know, everybody knows it. One of Alex's longtime coaches, Billy Martin, who's acting as the cut man tonight for the red corner. Billy said straight up, he said, 2 years ago, this was an easier fight for Alex. Now, 2 years later, this is a very challenging fight. This kid continues to get better. And that's the really interesting thing. How good can he get? How much has he improved since last time we've seen him? This is a real important fight for these two guys.
Also glad you brought up Billy Martin, who I think is the best cut man in the business.
His opponent,
Very much
making his way out to the red corner. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Alex Ricci.
And again, the place goes wild. And Robin, it's a man you know very well. 8-3 coming in. Alex Ricci, 3 wins in his last 5, and one of those losses was a very close split decision that you and I had the pleasure to call at PFC 2 against Ryan Healy.
On paper, Alex is the more skilled fighter. But on paper, Alex is the more skilled fighter of almost everyone he faces, including the men he's lost to. In his last fight, he lost to Daryl Horcher, a talented guy, but not a guy on his level. If Alex can live up to his potential, we've seen flashes of it at different times, I think he wins this fight. Alex's biggest opponent is Alex. If he's in here and he's flowing and he's free and he's creative and he's improvisational and he's having fun, he'll probably beat Prepolec. He'll probably beat almost anybody.
Well, one of the things that Alex Ricci has going for him in such a big way is, Robin, he's got some of the most beautiful Muay Thai you're going to find anywhere in the world.
Very much so. I mean, the economy of motion with which he throws his techniques, it's just so clean. It's beautiful to watch this man perform. It's like watching somewhere between a gymnast and a dancer, just the way he's able to move his body offensively and defensively and creatively. But he's also very skilled everywhere. He has been focused on MMA for the last 6, 7, 8 years. And constantly his wrestling is excellent right now. He's a very skilled guy.
And when you look at his last 3 wins compared to his last 2 losses, in the 3 wins against Morin, Felix, and E.J. Brooks, it was poetry in motion for Alex Ricci. It was that beautiful style he brings. When he lost to Ryan Healy and Daryl Horcher, it was because those 2 were able to drag him into the mud. And that's what he's got to avoid with a grinder like Prepolec.
Also, in both of those losses, he just didn't pull the trigger. His coaches talk about that being a key, and they said to him, it's up to you. Tonight, it's up to you. They're not going to yell at you. They're not going to push you. They know that he knows what he's doing. He's either going to get in here and he's going to do it, or he isn't. And if he doesn't, this young Prepolec is here to take all the heat that Alex has had the last couple of years.
Boy, this is a main event anywhere in the country, and you're seeing it as part of a triple main event here tonight at Global Warriors 2. Robin, this just speaks to the depth of this card. These 2 are headlining.
Yeah, such a great matchup. equal records, different skills, different points in their career, but both very, very unique talents.
Here we go, fight fans. The following contest is scheduled for 3 rounds in the lightweight division, being brought to you by Topper's Pizza, amazingly delicious. Introducing your fighters first. Fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks trimmed in white. Standing 5 feet 10 inches tall, he weighed in at 155 pounds. He's a kickboxing and jiu-jitsu specialist, making his way to the cage with a record of 8 wins and 3 losses, with 3 of those wins coming by way of submission and 4 big wins coming by way of knockout. Representing the Maximum Training Center and fighting out of Windsor, Ontario, ladies and gentlemen, here is Kyle Prepolec. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the maroon trunks trimmed in black. Standing 5 feet 10 inches tall, he weighed in at 155 pounds. He's a Muay Thai specialist, coming to the cage with a record of 8 wins and only 3 losses. Representing the M1 Gym and fighting out of Woodbridge, Ontario, ladies and gentlemen, here is Alex Ricci. Referee Graham Bettis.
Robin, why does it feel like everywhere Alex Ricci goes, there is a chorus of women that follow?
Yeah, just look at him. Don't you hate that?
I never had that, I'll tell you that much.
The troll sitting next to you has never experienced that either. But yeah, these guys are ready to go, man. This one is going to be fascinating.
They touch gloves and come out, and right away both engage center of the cage, and Alex Ricci starts quick. Prepolec goes for the body kick, now trying to back Ricci down. Ricci certainly pulling the trigger early on here, Robin.
Prepolec too, he wants to put that left hand on Ricci and get him hesitating. Listen, we talked about, does Ricci pull the trigger? Does he hesitate? And I think Reno, Kyle's coach, came out with the idea to put this guy, push him back early, make him have to think. If you make Ricci think, he doesn't flow as well. Right now, that seems to be the strategy. Prepolec wants to push him back. Ricci's got a beautiful uppercut and left hook while backing up too.
Oh, Ricci tried that combination and was still able to land the body kick, and then a real hard one. Prepolec was able to check that last kick, and he wants to back him down now to Ricci. Prepolec backs towards the cage. Ricci working him into the wall.
Prepolec showed the signs of feeling he had been poked in the eye. The ref saw nothing, so Alex did what a fighter's supposed to do and kept going. Prepolec has turned him here, has the high underhook. Both guys very experienced here. Both guys very knowledgeable here. Prepolec will look to put his head under the chin. From our vantage point, we can't see if he has that position.
I don't think so, Robin, not yet at least, as Ricci lands a knee on the inside.
Alex has won a fight by framing out in that position and elbowing. It was a fight that he won while searching for the way to win it and won it in that clinch.
Ricci now circling, Prepolec standing middle. Oh, Prepolec came through with a left, but Ricci met him on the way in with a knee. Now Prepolec will jam him up to the cage again. This was the strategy that worked for Ryan Healy, but Healy used a little bit more of the dirty boxing.
I think there's a reasonable chance that that Reno and Kyle have underestimated Alex's abilities in the wrestling department. He is a very good wrestler, and if they've underestimated that, and that's the plan, they're going to have a long night. Kyle needs to open up with the striking, hit Alex coming in, or Alex is going to absolutely feast on the kid.
And Alex has already shown he can throw that vicious right hand. He's landed it a couple of times. Prepolec still able to wear it and move forward. Now Ricci jumps in, catches him with a left. Prepolec got a right in there on the way out.
This is the best I've seen Alex Ricci look in a long time. Those skills we talked about and how he's been hesitant, hasn't quite had that open and freestyle performance. He's having that right now, but Kyle put the toes on his face. Alex is stalking him now.
Yeah, Prepolec with that nice head kick, and he does throw a really beautiful kick, and Ricci throws a nice one of his own. Prepolec still standing middle of the cage, but Ricci doing a lot of work by moving and changing the angles. So despite Prepolec controlling in a way, Ricci's landed the better shots.
Ricci's fighting like a man with a lot of experience and a lot of belief in himself. And again, it can be the conversation all night. His skills are unreal, but he hasn't always shown them, and he hasn't always shown belief in himself. Through round 1 here, he's showing absolute top-notch belief in his toys.
And he was winning that matchup along the cage as well, throwing underneath. Prepolec not able to get Ricci to the ground.
I don't know if Prepolec is recognizing the danger that he's in here. That's it. That's what I'm talking about. He's a little relaxed coming in. He's thinking about what he wants to do and not recognizing that he's in a lot of danger from that right hand right there.
Ricci throws that with such precision.
And it's got a beautiful arc on it. It's not quite an overhand right or a straight right. It just almost cups it over the top. This is the best Alex has looked.
Oh, goes with the body kick there and made it hit. Left hand, back to the body kick. Robin, Alex Ricci tonight looks a lot like Carlos Condit in the way he's just pinpointing everything, and it's all landing.
Yeah, his focus is excellent.
Now he drives Prepolec and gets the takedown. Prepolec will pop back to his feet, but that is Ricci giving Prepolec something else to think about. And now landing a couple of sharp knees.
Prepolec with the single. Ricci's dominating him in almost every position right now. Physically, mentally, wrestling, striking the clinch. This is Alex Ricci at his very best.
Oh, Ricci landed a gorgeous left, came back with the right, now to the knee. Prepolec is showing that incredible toughness. Ricci landed a couple more knees there.
That's a tough round. That's a tough round for Kyle Prepolec. And that's a big round for Alex Ricci. Not only because he won that round cleanly, but his confidence needed that. He swaggered back to his corner with the absolute knowledge that he can do that for 10 more minutes if necessary.
Well, Robin, let's go back to that fight that we called together with Ryan Healy, where right away Healy was able to come out and press Alex Ricci into the cage, and it set a tone that Healy worked with the dirty boxing, the clinch game. Prepolec tried to do the same thing here. Obviously, Ricci has worked on that. He's improved in that aspect and did not let it happen.
Ricci in that fight also, when he was free, when he was moving, he did a lot of moving of his feet and not a lot of throwing of his hands. He was tentative. Tonight, he is throwing. He's throwing with authority. He's throwing with a vindictive attitude towards this kid. Prepolec's tough. You know, you see him jump right up. Looks just like he did to start round 1, but that was a very, very tough round.
Oh, there's no question. Kyle Prepolec's going to stand right in there with you.
We did not get a look at Alex Ricci's face from our vantage point. The doctor's taking a look. I don't know if there's a cut.
It looks like there might be a little one in the eyebrow, but not enough to stop this thing. That's where you want to pull a Joe Rogan, just say, get out of there, Doc.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, you can see a little bit of blood over the eye of Alex Ricci, but it doesn't look like it's really doing much of anything at this point.
Prepolec is looking down. I don't know if
Oh, Ricci caught him with that right body kick, pushing him back, tried to step in with the knee. Now Prepolec trying to use the strength. Ricci lands a knee. They're right in front of us as Ricci unleashes the right.
If Prepolec's going to get himself back into this fight, he's got to do it soon because Ricci's becoming more and more confident, more and more aggressive. He's opening up more and more, and Prepolec is just starting to look like the kid in here with the man. You know, and this is what all his coaches, everybody who believes in him, wanted out of Alex Ricci. Yeah, he's facing a kid with 8 wins. You know, yeah, he's facing a kid who's beaten some of his training partners, but he's still not on Alex's pure level.
Kyle Prepolec is just as tough as they come,
yes,
and he's shown that as he has eaten a lot of these great strikes from Ricci and just keeps coming. I mean, Prepolec looks like a zombie in the cage when he's on his game. You just can't hurt him. And again, he's pushing Alex Ricci to the cage. As good as Ricci's looked, Robin, he is going to have to put everything he's got on the table to get the win.
Alex looks so authoritative with that defense. Overhook on the right arm, keeping it up high, pressing with the right hand against the face, and using the momentum to smash his elbow in there. Like I said, there was a fight against a young man from Team Legion in Victoriaville that he fought against the cage. Now the front face lock takes him to the mat.
There's so many options from this position that you can work to, and Ricci's in total control right now. Robin, if you're in Ricci's corner, what are you looking for here?
Well, I heard them say either set something up or let that go, and I think that's great advice. You know, this is a dominant position, but you don't want to kill time here. He wants to look for that Darce or look to threaten some type of submission, use it to gain entry to the back.
Now, working in Prepolec's advantage is the knowledge that Ricci can't throw knees there.
Yeah. Also, the cage is in it, to his advantage. Ricci's got the angle to move to his left towards him, but there's a cage there a little bit in his way. Alex is TP'd up really. There it is.
Oh, nice movement by Ricci. He'll land in the guard.
Prepolec has a cagey guard. I've seen him submit people triangles and arm bars from the guard. So this is something Ricci's going to have to really dot his T's, cross his I's.
All right, we can go with that. Up over the top goes the right hand of Alex Ricci. And from the bottom, Prepolec tries to flash her right hand. Couldn't get much with it. Ricci goes back to that elbow. And Alex Ricci, Robin, has vicious elbows.
He certainly does. From this angle, he can throw hard right hands down the tube here. Prepolec's playing around like he wants to climb for an armbar, but I don't know if it's there from the wide base that Ricci has and the pressure with his hips, and it isn't. And he passes. Prepolec comes up with the single.
Nicely done by Prepolec, but right back front face lock.
Ricci's showing the whole game here tonight.
And now this is where Alex gets really crafty. We saw him get to the back before.
That's there again for him if he wants to circle to that side. He's got, what he wants to do is take his left elbow and squash the elbow, right elbow of Prepolec. He's looking to turn into him.
Nice
now a
move
triangle
out.
Is there. He's have to really work to get it. Nope,
Ricci broke through it. Smart defense by Alex Ricci, Robin. He was able to keep the posture. Now going underneath with that right hand.
Prepolec looked to get to his feet. Ricci took away the space and now is positioned high up on that back hip. It's a very dominant spot.
Oh, hard knee to the body. You can hear that echo. There's no chance that felt good. Looks like Ricci may be trying to reach in for that rear naked choke or just pummel away to the head.
Right hand is available to go. You just go right through the glove there. You just take the damage, go right through the glove. There's a shot. That's a one. When he goes to the body, you see Prepolec drops his right elbow back to cover the ribs. Then the ear is available right there.
Alex Ricci is putting on a veterans clinic.
He certainly is in every respect of the game here tonight.
And yet Kyle Prepolec continues to stay in there. Just ate that head kick. Ricci comes in with the right, body kick, throws the right hand, and Kyle Prepolec is still standing. What is that kid's chin made out of?
That is a tough dude, man. Ricci unloaded on him in the first round, the body and the head, the right hand, the kicks to the body. In the second, out-wrestled him, took away some of the pop. Great strategy, too, because the kid knows he has to win, and if he's going to win, he has to win by knockout or submission in the third round. You grind some of that out of him. You beat a little bit of that out of him in the wrestling and a little bit of ground striking. It's much harder for him to do in the third round. Even the Hail Mary punch sometimes, if you're fatigued enough, doesn't have it. So Ricci's in a great position to win this fight. Prepolec's going to have to really pull something out.
Well, it's absolutely down to Prepolec needing a finish. There's just no other way around it. Robin, rounds 1 and 2, as you said, definitely in the favor of Alex Ricci. I just don't think there's any other way to look at it to this point.
No chance. Those are definitive rounds. And not just beating him in one area or not just, edging him out like we talked about in some of his more recent fights. He's in here to make a statement that I'm a fighter. I want to make a career in mixed martial arts. He hasn't been firing on all cylinders the last couple of years. Well, he's doing it now.
And again, Alex Ricci comes right out. He does have a nice welt on his right side, does Ricci. But Kyle Prepolec certainly looks a little bit more fatigued.
Prepolec knows he's got to land something big. Yeah, absolutely. You're not going to catch Ricci either. You've seen the wrestling tonight. You've seen the shape that he's in. You're not going to catch some submission. You're going to need to hurt him. You're going to need to land it on the point of the chin, to the liver, or to the back of the ear.
Oh, little right hand underneath, bloodied up the nose of Kyle Prepolec, and now Ricci's going to move forward as he stung him. Goes with that low leg kick. He'll step back a little.
Now that game, that overly patient, very safe game that Ricci's been playing the last couple of years, he hasn't played it at all tonight, but here in round 3, perfect time to play it. You've won this fight, just don't get caught with something, and you can play that from the outside.
Oh, those short elbows are just all kinds of nasty, and the knee came up and met the nose.
And when you do that, you hear this wet crunch, and you know that you've landed something that's going to affect him.
And again, just forcing him down to the mat from that front face lock position. This would be a great time if you're Alex Ricci to try to set that Darce.
Now Prepolec from that knee, I believe we might see, there's some blood on the mat coming from his nose. Now when you're looking down, the kid's very experienced, but you look down, you see the blood pooling underneath you. Your brain can't help but recognize that. And, it's just one more thing added to the backpack of weight that Kyle Prepolec is carrying here. Even literally with Ricci on his back.
Alex Ricci still staying strong on top. Kyle Prepolec looking around for a way out from underneath of him. As Alex Ricci, again, just using that experience that he's had in these high-level fights and bringing it to the younger Prepolec.
Well, nobody should stand this up ever because it's such a dominant position. And it's the responsibility of Prepolec to advance this position, not Ricci to do anything with it. And Ricci has won this fight if he doesn't get finished, so I think he's fighting brilliantly.
Absolutely. Alex Ricci is forcing Prepolec into positions where he has to answer.
Prepolec had turned towards him, which is what you want. Ricci took his right shoulder, drove his face away, and where your head goes, your spine must follow. Now Alex has a heavy shin on belly, knee on belly, and he's going to look to go to the mount position here.
Prepolec with a nice hip escape to get away from that, but still in side control. And Robin, this is where Alex Ricci, again, they have the same amount of fights coming in, but Ricci has that extensive fighting background outside of mixed martial arts, and he's showing that veteran skill.
He's fought in the biggest stadiums in Thailand. I mean, this pressure, that's why it's so surprising when people talk about what level he was performing at and how he wasn't fighting to his potential, because these shouldn't be stressful fights for a guy who's fought in the biggest stadiums in Thailand. But we're seeing tonight Alex really, really showing that he's right back. And if Prepolec's going to win this fight, he's got to get to his feet and he's got to knock out Alex Ricci.
And look at every time Prepolec does anything. Ricci right there as Prepolec tried to make a move. Released slightly, caught the left hand to the side of Prepolec's cheek, and then went right back to the front face lock. Right there again, he hits the same thing. He's making Prepolec put himself in bad situations and taking what comes. He's just fighting absolutely brilliantly tonight.
And you saw Prepolec tried to corral the head. Ricci immediately got out and looked to continue passing. Prepolec's going to have to Hail Mary armbar here. He's got it in him. I've seen him do it before. I've commentated him when he's done it before. But Alex is very, very hip to what he's jiving.
And again, Alex Ricci just so strong on top. Robin, you said it earlier. I don't think I've ever seen Alex Ricci look this good.
Certainly not able to just let it. There's the armbar. No.
At this point, a little too slippery is Ricci. Prepolec looked for it again. Ricci just stayed strong, went right through it, now to the body. But you got to give credit to Prepolec, who has stayed right in here with Alex Ricci, who is at his very best. And now Ricci letting that right hand loose a bit. To the hammer fist, back to the body, hammer fist again. Oh, this is just brilliant from Alex Ricci.
He should be able to finish this. If he's believed in himself all night, he's going to believe in it right now and look for the finish.
Down to 10 seconds. Ricci unleashing on the ground. Prepolec trying to work away. Ricci forces him to the cage, lands a knee. Prepolec comes back, and there it is at the final bell. Alex Ricci puts on a clinic.
Certainly did. A great performance. Great performance. And you got to give it to Prepolec. Stood up with 10 seconds remaining, came out with the spinning back fist, and threw the Hail Mary at the end. The kid's the real deal. The kid's tough. He's going to learn a lot from this. But Alex Ricci had the kind of performance everybody's been waiting from him for a long time.
Yeah, this is two really good fighters, Robin, but tonight, Alex Ricci was just on a different plane. That was as good as he has ever looked, and big things are ahead for Alex Ricci. Kyle Prepolec's going to be back, and you said he's going to learn a lot from this, but this one belonged to Alex Ricci.
Yeah, and like I said, his coach has said to him, it's up to you. You want this. This is what you want to do with your life. You say you want to be a champion, it's up to you. And tonight he took it on himself, and he took exactly what he wanted, did what he wanted, and he should be very, very proud because it's a new day for Alex Ricci now.
And I think one of the biggest things to note about Alex Ricci is outside of the cage, he is one of the finest gentlemen you're going to find, not just in this sport, but in any sport, in any walk of life. But when that cage door closes, there's an animal inside of him that can come out, and it did tonight.
He's a great human being. He really is. He's a great human being, a very special fighter.
We were
I'm really happy for him.
absolutely privileged to see him at his best tonight.
That's for sure.
And as Robin makes his way into the cage, we will go inside to get our official decision.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause, please, for both of the fighters in this cage. After 3 rounds of action, all 3 judges score this contest 30-27. All for your winner by unanimous decision, Alex Ricci.
Put your hands together for Kyle Prepolec, everybody. I'm here with my very good friend, Alex Ricci. Let's hear it for Alex. He put on a great performance tonight. Now, Alex, you are a very, very unique one. You have all the skills in the world, all the skills. You're as skilled as anyone we ever see. You aren't always able to pull the trigger. Tonight, you fought so beautifully. You were so free in there. You expressed yourself as a brilliant martial artist. I feel like you really broke through tonight.
I just let it loose tonight. That was the plan, just to let it go. So I got in here, I did it all I got.
This is what you want to do with your life. You want to continue to fight and be a world champion one day. And to do that, you need to be free in here to show your skills. You did that tonight. You have to feel like it was a special night for you.
100%. I had a lot of doubts going in this fight, but I trained hard. I believe in myself. I got an amazing support team. All my wonderful coaches, my team, all my teammates, my mother, my father, my sister, my beautiful girlfriend, all my friends and family. It's just all about surrounding myself with positive people, and it shows in here.
Alex, my friend, I'm very happy for you tonight. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Alex Ricci.